gotta set the party. Two-turn to go right in the Audi. She gon' ride it like a Kawasaki. Anything you can do, I can do better. You got the juice, but the sauce is forever. Shopping at Marshalls, I buy Gucci sweater. Just spent a rack on my Mason, my jealous. That bitch, body, skin tone, looking like she came from the island. Off-white, fashion over, never needed stylist. Love getting high, that's my new co-pilot. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope you guys have had an awesome week. My name is Sweatpant Jesus.
Hey, what up, everybody? How's everyone doing? This is Vsaaauce here, the premiere episode of the All Sauce team. Here we go.
All Sauce team. Yeah, you came up with the name, man.
Dude, I know. I'm just blanking. I mean, I'm nervous. My first time with this show.
It's okay. Everybody give dubs to Vsaaauce in chat for his first show, getting live with us. Appreciate you guys stopping by today. It's brought to you by Betting News. Go to bettingnews.com. You can read all about everything going out on the ice today, on the hardwood. College basketball is obviously here with the Sweet 16. Did you see that Gonzaga game last night, V? Did you watch that crazy shot to finish that game?
I did not watch the game. I fell asleep. It's late here on the East Coast. But man, oh man, when I saw that highlight in the morning, I was going crazy. What a way to end that. And I did not expect to wake up and see Tennessee losing by 6-7. I think reverse cover.
Yeah, they not reverse puck line. They got cut. The FAU covered the alternate spread like the other direction. It was crazy. Yeah. Tennessee was also running away with that game early, and then they came back in. It's March, man.
They were. I went to bed. I actually had a 4-teamer of UConn spread, Kansas State money line, Tennessee spread, Gonzaga money. I went to bed thinking it was cake because the Zags looked cooked, and I was like, You know what, whatever, going to bed. Wake up. And I was in for a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's go. We got some goats in chat. Here we go. We got NZ. We got Austin. Let's go, boys. Appreciate you guys being here. Happy Friday. Very happy to be running the All Sauce team. This is going to be coming to you guys every single Friday at 5 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be me and Vsaaauce chopping up the entire NBA slate. We're going to be focusing all on the round balls on the hardwood. So be sure to come by and hang out with us every Friday. Also, we're going to be doing a show tomorrow, afternoon Betspresso. Come by for that at 12 o'clock Eastern. It's me, NZ, Stone Bets, going through the entire slate of shows on Saturday. So be sure to get involved with that as well. But yeah, now that
it should be a good ass time. Big slate of shows all week. Super fucking exciting, man. Super exciting.
We got all kinds of stuff rolling through. We got Tuesdays covered with Puckett for NHL. We got Wednesdays with Stony Circle. He'll be talking about the Final Four. We got Thursday Betspresso. We got this show on Friday. We got Saturdays covered. We got everything covered for you guys. So we appreciate it. We appreciate you being here and stopping by with the squad. If you're watching on Twitter, thanks so much for being here. If you're watching on Twitch, thanks so much for being here. I just want to give a quick shout out as well. Hope you guys like that little intro song. That's our new friend Taffy. Who's a friend of Stone Bets and a dope rapper. You can go check him out on Instagram or TikTok at taffy.fit. Appreciate him letting us use that banger, Lime and Tequila. You can go listen to that on SoundCloud or wherever you get your music. It's pretty electric.
Banger.
Yeah, bangers indeed. Bangers indeed. Word. All right. Well, for today's show, so the way we want to do things around this show, me and I have been kind of talking about doing this show for a while now. Really excited to kind of get it rocking and rolling. Obviously, things are going to kind of be added and changed as we get kind of moving into the rest of the regular season in the NBA and then into the playoffs. But we want this to be an inclusive show. We want to tell you guys kind of how we bet, how we see lines, how we find props that we like. Obviously, give you the plays that we really like on a particular day, and then talk about favorite lotto, cook up a lotto that we like, cook up a parlay, and kind of just go through the slate. We want to pull the curtain back a little bit, kind of show you guys how we bet, how we find the lines that we like, and kind of see what's out there. So that's kind of the purpose of this show. We don't want it to just be us just kind of chatting at you guys. We want it to be very inclusive, and we want you guys to feel involved. Please get involved in chat if you have a question. If you want to know about a particular line, if you want to know why something is a particular way, if you want to ask us something, or if you have a play that you really like, drop it in chat. We want this to be a fun experience for everybody. So, all right, B, let's get rolling. I'd like to say, so obviously, Vsaaauce has a play of the day. I have a play of the day as well that we will both get to when we talk about the individual games that those plays are in. Both of us like a lot on the NBA slate today.
Big slate. I like this slate a lot. You know what I mean? Some good matchups, some big spreads early. You know what I mean? Might have to kind of get like what is it? Steer clear of some shitty games. But once we get to that night slate, it's going to be a big Friday night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of those deals where I'm just going to turn this off. There we go. It's just one of those deals where like I looked at all these massive slates or these massive spreads, and I was thinking, there's no way that all these teams cover these spreads. There's no way.
On a Friday night when everyone's trying to pay for drinks, Vegas is just going to pay for everyone's drinks. Fuck no.
Fuck no. Absolutely not. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely not. So all right, before we get going, let's play a little game. We usually play this on BetSpresso. So if you guys are a BetSpresso watcher, then you kind of know what we're gonna be doing. But we are going to play Smash. All right, so Smash or Pass, the way this game works is I am going to read off the way that V and I are going to do it today. We're going to talk about some of these big spreads in the NBA, and we're going to talk about whether we would smash or we would pass on the underdog. See if some dogs are going to be biting, especially in the early part of this NBA slate today. And let's get started with the biggest spread today, which is the Detroit Pistons taking on the Toronto Raptors. It is in Toronto. It's a 14.5-point spread. I know you have a play in this game that you kind of like as a player prop. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know that you have a player prop in this game that you like, but would you smash or would you pass on the Pistons the Pistons plus 14.5?
I think, man, I don't think that this Pistons team is a team that you can trust. I don't think so at all. Even at 14.5 points, but like, I think Bogdanovic is still out. Ivy is seeing minutes, but he's been kind of limited coming back from, I think, the COVID-like illness, or it was COVID. But there's a lot going on with this team right now, and I just don't trust them. This is one of those games where you want to fade the Raptors, and the Raptors team that should never be getting a 14-point spread against any team. And I just think that you got to take the sharp side of it, and you got to side with the Raptors.
Yeah, I
will be taking a prop in this game. So
yeah. Do you want to go ahead?
I know.
I'll let you wait and talk about that when we get into that when we get into that portion of the show. So you kind of cut out for a second? Are you passing or are you smashing on the Raptors minus 14.5?
I think honestly, I'm a pass. I'm a pass.
Pass.
It's too many points.
I also am going to pass on that. I have not seen enough from the Raptors. I know the Pistons suck, but like 14.5 points, that's a lot of points, man. Okay, so that was our first one, and I think we can both kind of agree that we're going to pass on the 14.5 there. So I guess we would smash the plus 14.5 for the Pistons on the other side of things. All right, so let's move on to the second biggest spread, and it is in Dallas tonight. It's the Hornets taking on the Mavericks in Dallas. It's another 14.5 point spread. So V, are you smashing or are you passing on the Mavs and the Hornets?
Honestly, this is a big spread. I think I'm willing to take. Only reason being here is because I feel like this is gonna be one of those games where people have Luka lines and things like that, and you'll see this game turn into a blow up. The Hornets, despite good play from individual players at different times, find a way to not cover spreads. You know, you'd think that this team is a little bit better. They have some pieces in Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre, PJ Washington, but they can't seem to get a game together where they can even, where they're in a game. It's been really tough without LaMelo this season, before his injury and even after he came back. I think I'm going to take the Mavericks here at, minus 14?
I'm seeing minus 14.5 on FanDuel right now for minus 110.
Now, again, neither of these sides is one I'm going to take, but I would definitely side with the Mavericks.
Yeah, a lot of injury news needed for sure. I mean, Luka came back against the Warriors the other night and had 16 assists in that game. I think I'm not seeing lines for Kyrie right now. I don't think he's going to be playing tonight. Luka is obviously back. Yeah, I'd probably feel comfortable taking the 14.5 here as well. So I think we can both comfortably smash this one. I think with Luka being back, I could see him maybe putting up 40 tonight. My only concern would be is if this game did get out of hand, then he doesn't, because of the injury return. I don't think he will play full minutes unless he absolutely has to. What's up, man? How's it going?
What up, man? How you doing?
Yeah. So I think we both can comfortably smash that. if Luka doesn't play a full game, that means that they're winning by 20 plus, which that means that we're covering.
The Mavericks are pissed off. Everyone saw how they lost that game to the Warriors, right? That whole issue with the refs giving the Warriors the ball, and Mavericks were literally on the opposite side of the court. Then later that game, you see the same Mavericks team lose by 2.
Dude, what was that? Did you see the tweet from Mark Cuban about that? That he said that they basically told them the wrong side, and then they didn't tell them that they were going to the other end, and they changed the possession.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, man, right now with the NBA. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen.
That was pretty sus.
The Mavericks can't afford to drop any games, so I could definitely see them putting a stamp on this one.
The Warriors,
this really bad Hornets team.
The Warriors finally won on the road. It was crazy against a good team. It's nuts, man. Their road record is it's so insane. They're 9-29 on the road. That's just bonkers, man. Word. All right, so we're smashing on the Mavericks. Okay, so the next biggest spread after that one is excuse me. The Rockets taking on the Grizzlies tonight in Memphis. That is a 12.5 point spread. Obviously, Ja Morant is back. And for conditioning purposes, looked pretty good the other night when he came back. But what do you think about this one? Are you smashing or are you passing on this 12.5 point spread in Memphis tonight against this Rockets?
I'm passing on this one just because this Rockets team has been playing better as of late. We saw them beat the Celtics a few games ago. They're a good team. Kevin Porter is back, Jalen Green is back, and Sengun is back. They kind of solidified the fact that they're going to have a losing record, and I don't think they'll be at any time, threatening to win this game. But 14.5 points, again, is a lot of points for professional NBA players, and as the Rockets team finally getting it together, hopefully carry the same momentum into next season with the lottery pick.
Yeah, Austin's saying he would smash the Grizz. I kind of like this Rockets team, man. I know they're bad this year, but they've got some good pieces in play, like you just said. I mean, Kevin Porter Jr. I mean, at any given night, Jalen Green can drop 25 on you. Sengun had a really good, solid middle of the season. He's kind of fallen off a little bit recently, but Jabari Smith's been looking really nice. I think he's kind of finally finding his footing with this team and in the NBA in general. So I think this could be a little letdown spot for the Grizzlies. I mean, they should win, but I don't think 12.5 is kind of scary. I could see the Rockets maybe coming in hooking us near the end on this one. So I'm gonna pass with you on this one as well. I think this is a pretty comfy pass here. All right, last one. This one will actually transition us into talking about some of our favorite plays today, talking about some games that we have some plays in that we really like, and getting us going for the rest of the show. The last one is the Pacers taking on your Boston Celtics minus 11.5 over the over-under is set at 236. So V, are you smashing or passing your boys tonight?
I'm passing on this one. I can't say that I'm taking the Pacers because that's bad juju. You know what I mean? But I will say this. I have 2 to 3 props in this game that I probably will bet. One that I'll be on officially. Jason Tatum will talk about that in a little bit. But this Pacers team has been gritty and grimy, and they stay in games till the end. Andrew Nembhard's been playing super well for them. But I think former Celtics guy that plays for them now, I can't remember his name, but he's been coming off the bench, giving them great minutes. I can't remember his name. But anyways, this Pacers team has been playing well together, and I know they have no Tyrese Halliburton, which just kind of makes me like this more. You know what I mean? 2 more games without him. Celtics don't cover big spreads. It's the Celtics' first home game since March 8th. Yeah, since March 8th. They had a 6-game road trip. They're finally coming home. It's going to be a good game, I think. This Pacers team puts up a lot of points, but the Celtics do give up a lot of points at home. They're one of the few defenses, one of the few elite defenses that gives up more points at home than they do on the road, and give up a better shooting percentage at home than they do on the road. Now, partially it could be the defense, and I think partially people love that environment in Boston. That TD Garden is one of the craziest stadiums and craziest, arenas to play in. And I think on a Friday night, it's going to be Electric City in Boston. That's going to be good times.
Yeah. I kind of looked at the spread on this game and I was just like, I don't know. There's so many other games that have better spreads that are better matchups that I was looking at. But then when we were going to talk about it and I knew that you had to play in this game, so I kind of did peep some stuff. And boy, oh boy, did I find some nuggets in this game. I'm excited to dive into this game a little bit too. But I am also passing with you on this. I think this is too many points The Celtics could very easily win by 20. There's no doubt. I mean, they should blow the Pacers out of the water, especially with no Halliburton. But the Pacers have kind of battled them this year. I mean, the last game, Miles Turner dropped 40 on them. So I could just see, let's go. We love to see that. V, your audio is a little funky, man. I know that you probably, I don't know if you can fix it or not. It might be the AirPods.
It might be the AirPods. Let me plug in back with the wired headphones.
Yeah, I just want people to be able to really hear you. Let's go. We love to see this. I just wanted you guys to be able to properly hear V because he was kind of popping in and out. I appreciate it'd probably take a second to get connected, but first show, gotta get through all the little bumps. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, I didn't want you kept kind of cutting in and out. I mean, we could still hear you, but I just didn't, I didn't want there to be some good stuff dropped that people would kind of miss.
No, I appreciate that. It was something I couldn't hear as clearly either. I felt like I could kind of hear myself way too more. The noise canceling is kind of, I don't know.
Isn't it funny that AirPods were like created to make more technology better, and then we've had to go back to the wired ones because they sound so much better.
And they've actually got an audio jack on them too. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I'm actually going to be getting a microphone pretty soon, but I'll until then, I mean, these actually sound pretty nice, except when they rub up against my beard. But anyway,
I mean, it depends on what you're into.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's go ahead. That was Smash or Pass. Appreciate you guys listening to us talk about some of these big spreads, and now we're going to talk about some of our favorite plays. Okay, so we just talked a little bit about this Pacers game, so let's talk a little bit more about it. Obviously, 11.5-point spread. The over-under is set at 236. You kind of talked about it a little bit more. It's in TD Garden tonight. I mean, the Celtics are in this matchup, right? Or they're in this 3-leg race right now with the Bucks and the Sixers at the top of the East. They're kind of all within 3 games of each other. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Last 10 games of the season, if they want to be in the top position, these are the types of games that they need to win. I like I said, I mean, I could totally see them winning by 20 points, but they're not covering big spreads right now. I don't trust them to do that until I see it consistently. This is the type of game where you could totally see Tatum having a big game, which I know you love. And I found some other nuggets too, but I'll go ahead and let you talk about your favorite play in this game.
So my POD today is Jason Tatum over 30.5 points. You can still get that line wherever you want to get it, but I just love this spot for him. This is a team that he had 41 against earlier this season, shot 52% in that game. That was in Boston. In Indiana, where he struggled, we've seen him struggle this season on the road. He had 31 points. He shot 36%. He took 25 shots in that game. Not only that, but he's been firing from 3, 11 and 12 3-point attempts in those 2 games. Tatum's averaging 8.5 free throw attempts per game, but in his last 5 games, that's bumped up to 11. He's getting aggressive. This is the part of the season where Tatum starts to play like much different basketball. He's getting ready for the playoffs. He's getting ready for the postseason. They want that first seed. They're not looking to do anything that could cost them that first seed. I know there's been a lot of talk about Joe Mazzulla, this and that. Well, maybe not. I'm in a deep hole on Celtics Twitter sometimes. That's a dark place. But Tatum at home this year has been elite, averaging 31.7 points per game on 48% shooting. He's been extremely well. He's been playing extremely well at home, and this is his first home game, like I said, since March 3rd. He hasn't been home in 6 games. This is going to be a little bit of like a homecoming Friday night in TD Garden. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited to watch him play, and I think this is one of those games where we see maybe Tatum kind of get that 40 ball. I know a lot of people need for that second-year prize picks or that second half of the season prize picks.
Yeah.
And I think this is a game where JB could also get to 30. This is a Pacers team that gives up a lot of points. They run in transition, and without Halliburton, they don't do a lot to set up their offense. It's a lot of run in transition, get shots up, quick threes, and drives to the basket. Even Miles Turner, he just chucks it from deep. Last time these 2 teams played, we saw a lot of Robert Williams going underneath screens, and Miles Turner just getting real quick shots off the screen. Pick and pop. So it was a good time. It was a big, high-paced game, and I'm expecting to see the same today.
I'm glad that so I love Tatum. I mean, I think when we get to the lotto portion of this show, I think that maybe his 40+ might be something that we have to flirt with because this spot is really nice. I also really like this Jaylen Brown look. I'm glad you mentioned that too. Over 26.5 feels pretty comfy. but I liked his rebounds. So against the Pacers, so his rebounding line is over 6.5, and it's plus money, plus 114. But against the Pacers, he's had 10 plus rebounds in the last 2 matchups against the Pacers. So I don't know what it is about this specific matchup that Jaylen Brown grubs. I mean, we know that he kind of goes through stretches where he'll kind of rebound a lot and then like go away from not rebounding so much. He'll have a random 10 rebound game in there, but I just like the value on. I mean, for him, so 6.5 over 6.5 is plus 114 for Jaylen Brown right now. 10 plus is plus 420. And that is, like I said, that is he's done that in 2 straight games versus the Pacers. I really like that look a bunch. Oh, we got Chef in the house. Let's go.
I'm actually loving this look the more and more you're talking about it, SPJ.
It's sneaky, man. It's not like, I mean, I think, again, so when we were texting about this game to get us started, I was kind of thinking of maybe breezing over this one, letting you kind of talk about your POD and going on to some bigger spreads. But there are so many good spots in this game for an SGP that I feel like we should cook something up. We can do that at the end when we get to that portion. But the Brown rebounds was something that I really liked a lot. Another one that I found, which is super sneaky, which, you know, it's gross, but gross pays, you know, it's Al Horford over 2.5 assists. Now, let me sell you on this. So it's over 2.5 assists. It's minus 144. So it's very juicy. So you'd have to kind of either drink the juice or pair it with something or put it in a parlay. But Al Horford has had 3+ assists in 8 of his last 9 games. He's had 3+ assists in all 4 of his last 4 versus the Pacers. He's had 4+ assists in all 4 of those games as well, and that's plus 160. And then he's had 6+ assists in 2 of his last 4 versus the Pacers, and that's plus 700. Something about this matchup with Horford is very advantageous for him passing the basketball. I guess it maybe is just like the matchup with Turner specifically, I guess, or something like that. You probably know a little bit more because you've watched these games a little bit closer than I have, but I'm just looking at the numbers specifically. And I mean, 3+ in 8 of his last 9, and 4+ in 4 straight versus Indiana. I mean, you know, there's the flirt with the 4, but the 4+ is plus 160. So I really like this look. I think it's something that could be, like I said, into a parlay or something like that. That was a sneaky one that I found that I liked. What do you think about that?
So I'm really liking this. The reason being is because, like you said, the matchup with Turner, it is the matchup with Turner, I think. It's the length that Turner brings on defense. Yeah. Al is a big guy, but he's not a very tall center. You know, he came into the league as a power forward, and he played power forward for a long time until the Hawks moved him to center when they acquired Paul Millsap. Yeah, it was Paul Millsap, you know, when that Hawks team was kind of leading the East and playing super well then. So in this league with guys like DeAndre Ayton and Miles Turner and Embiid, Al really has to just play with, because he has a strong core and he's got strength like that on the defensive side. But when he's on the opposite side, their length and things like that do bother him and prevent him from kind of making the plays in the paint. That little hook shot that he likes a lot prevents him from getting to those spots. Celtics have also not been starting Rob Williams. I know he's coming back from injury. Last game he didn't start. I don't expect him to start tonight. We're seeing Derek Williams. So we're seeing the starting lineup with Marcus Smart, Derek Williams, JB, and JT. And then you got Al at the 5. Al should be seeing the matchup with Miles Turner, and this should open him up. I think, again, against this Pacers team who give up a lot of threes from the perimeter. It's going to be a lot of inside-outside game tonight, either driving kick or send it to somebody on the inside just to dish it to the outside. The Celtics love to shoot the 3 ball. We saw that last season, and it's spilled into this season. That's why their offense is so good, because everybody can hit the 3. Literally everyone can hit the 3 on that team, right? That's another thing that I wanted to talk about was JB over 6.5. The other reason I love this play, I was looking at it while we were speaking just now, is the Pacers rebounding defense. They give up some of the, I think, let me double check right here, but I think if not the most, but near the top in all of the NBA in rebounds allowed per game. They're giving up the 2nd most rebounds per game to small forwards, where we're seeing JB line up right now. They're also giving the 7th most to shooting guards, if that's where we see him line up for later in the game. You know, it's a great spot for him. Should be, again, a high-paced play. So that means a lot of shots. Now, are they going to be going in or not? Right?
I mean, that's even if they aren't. I mean, if he plays 30 minutes, he'll probably flirt with it. I just like the 6.5.
That's
for
what
the
I
plus.
mean, though. Like, if they're not going in, more rebound opportunities, right?
Yeah,
More shots
exactly.
getting up, less like quicker possessions. It just means more rebound chances.
I mean, the 10 plus, he's done it in 2 straight this season versus the Pacers, and that was plus 420.
You weren't kidding when you said you had some tasty nuggets in the Celtics
I
game.
told you, dude. I was looking at some stuff, and I mean, I'm not even done yet. I have one more, which is this might be my favorite, which is on the other.
Okay.
I know. Well, actually, the Horford one I really like that one a lot. But the last one that I have is, and this one's wild. So I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are on this one. It's Buddy Hield over 4.5 rebounds. Now, Buddy Hield, obviously without Halliburton, kind of takes a little bit more of a facilitating role in this offense. I know Nembhard, I think, kind of runs the one in like their main ball handler, I'm pretty sure. But I know Hield kind of takes those responsibilities as well. But I liked his rebounding. So against the Celtics, he has 5+ rebounds in 10 straight games against the Celtics. And that goes back to his King days. I mean, he just gets barely over it in a couple games, like 5s, but like you can't argue with 10 straight. Like I don't know what else there is to say about it. He's also done pretty well rebounding since Halliburton's been out. I mean, it's not like crazy. He's not like been a menace on the boards. He's not really a boarding type of guy, but he does like to grub. I mean, he's a bigger guard, likes to get down there. He's got over 4.5 in 2 of his last. Well, actually, let's see. If you want to go even further back, the last 10 games, he's done it in 6 of his last 10. So I really like that, but I liked it because of the matchup with the Celtics. I don't know what it is. Let's go. We got Paul in here. I love
What up, Paul? Steely down. What up, guys?
Yeah, how's it going, fellas? Glad you guys are here. This is the All Sauce team on Fridays, bringing you guys all the NBA knowledge from my buddy Vsaaauce, and obviously my mug talking about some stuff too. But yeah, for sure. Look at this. This is so true. Guaranteed, if I was sitting in class next to you, I'd be cheating on his ass, or cheating off his ass, not cheating on his ass. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, so I like this Hield look. I think it's sneaky. I kind of liked all the sneaky ones. Let's see. We got Hovey in the house.
What
too.
up, Hovey?
Hovey, you came to the right place, my friend. We came to the right place. Today. Yeah, we are going to grub indeed. As you can see, guys, at the bottom of the screen, Vsauce's favorite play in the Celtics game is Tatum over 30.5. But we were talking about some other nuggets. What we should do, let's talk about the rest of the games, and then when we get to the end, let's come back and let's cook an SGP for this one.
Oh, hell yes!
I think that might be the vibe for this game because.
So ready, SPJ. My body is ready.
My body is also ready. All right, word. Let's move on. We've talked about the Celtics and the Pacers enough, but lots of nuggets there, guys. So be sure to get involved. And I honestly think that I played a unit on Al Horford assist at over minus 144 over 2.5. It's not my POD, but I do have a unit on that. I'm probably going to put a unit on over 6.5 for Jaylen Brown's rebounds before this is over, especially for plus money. I can't not. Austin Matthews. Austin just made an SGP for this game. Let's go. My body is also ready. I love to see it, boys. Yeah. So glad you guys are here. Let's go. We're cooking now. We're cooking. All right, let's go, V. Let's move to this next game. Spurs and Wizards, -8. The Wizards are favored right now at home in DC tonight. The over/under set at 228. Did you have any looks in this game that you were kind of liking?
Just kind of one that I'm looking at, man, and I don't know if I'm brave enough to take it because every time I do, he just decides he doesn't want to play on the perimeter or his teammates don't want to get on the ball. But it's Porzingis. Porzingis threes, man.
Porzingis, man.
I'm going back and forth right now. It's a great matchup. There's no Bradley Beal tonight. He averages 24.3 points per game at home. And the crazy thing is, SPJ, listen to this. He shoots 44% from 3 at home, but he shoots 28% from 3 on the road.
Wow. He likes that home cooking.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Something in Washington. Something in Washington is in the water. I don't know what it is.
He likes his own bed, you know.
And the Spurs team, they give up the 8th most threes to the power forward position. They give up the 30th. Sorry, they rank 30th in opposing 3-point percentage. They rank 30th in opposing points per game, and they rank 30th in opposing field goal percentage. Statistically, this, it should make so much sense. His line is at 28.5. I don't want to touch his points line, but his threes line at 2.5. It's just about how many is he going to take? Is he going to take 3 threes? Am I hoping for him to shoot 100%, or can I just hope for like 40%?
So I'm looking at his game log against the Spurs historically. He's only played one game against the Spurs as a Wizard. he did quite a few games, obviously, when he was with Dallas. Before that, he had 3+3s in three of his last 5 games against the Wizards. So, and you kind of backed it up with, or sorry, not against the Wizards. I apologize, against the Spurs.
Yeah.
So I like this look. I actually had over 6.5 throat clears. We already hit it. Let's go.
I told you it was free. It was a bad line.
The over was free, man. I should have put the house on it. Yeah, I like this look. I like the 2.5. I've been a big Zingis guy. I've liked betting on him this season. I kind of have gotten lucky a few times and been on the right side because, like you said, he's either going to make like 6 or he's going to go 0 for 3. His shooting is very inconsistent. It probably has to do with, like you so rightly said, his road versus away splits. So this home spot is nice. The Spurs team, they ain't doing anything. But I had a different play that I wanted to run by you. I don't have any action on it yet, but I wanted to chop it up with you a little bit and see if it's something that I want to put some beans on. And I always fuck up this guy's name. It's Denny Advija. Yeah,
I think I could be so wrong, but
they say it different on the broadcasts. Everybody says it differently. I don't know what it is, but I like his points over 13.5. When Beal and Kuzma are not in the lineup, he is really he starts for them, and he's a really main portion of their offense. He's hit over 13.5 2 straight games, and against the Spurs when they played earlier this season, he had 25 points and 9 rebounds. I like his over.
Perfect matchup for him, man. Like, he shouldn't see. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just got so bricked up. 13.5.
Yeah.
He had 25. You said he had 25 versus the Spurs
last in December.
I don't see why he would even not play in a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, he should play 30 minutes. He played last game. I almost played him last game but I fell in love with Monte Morris's assists, and of course Advija. Advija. I don't know. Advija. He balled, and it's something about how he does without Kuzma and Beal in the lineup. He's just getting more minutes. There's more ball to go around. The 20 plus is like plus 400, I think. Let me double check this line real fast if it's still the same.
SPJ, I just wrote down the word horny right next to this word, so.
These are the plays, guys. These are the sneaky ones. I mean, these games are kind of grody looking, but then.
And SPJ hasn't even gotten to, I think, my favorite play yet so far that he talked to me about already. So just make sure you stay locked in.
Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. So, bro, 20 plus points for Denny Advija is plus 340 or 370. I apologize. I mean, 15 plus. Just the 15 plus is plus 100. He should flirt with it if he has a good night. I do. Again, the rebounds is also a good look. He had 9 in 2 straight games versus the Spurs. He's also cleared his over 7.5 in 4 straight. So I really like this play. But that was kind of the only one. But I like Zingis too. I'm a big Zingis guy, so I could be convinced to maybe dabble in some Zingis action.
Just because of the things that you were saying about his prior game logs, I went and took a look here, and he plays well versus Spurs team. You know what I mean? 3-3, 2-3, 1, 4-3, 4. It's not a bad look here. It's just about how many he's going to take. But at home, we know players like this are very well aware that when they're playing at home, what their 3-point percentages and all that kind of stuff. It kind of feeds into, I think, later on games and things like that. It adds to it. You know that you shoot badly on the road, so you continue to shoot badly on the road, right?
Yeah.
He's at home. There's nobody else for you to play. Him and Advija, European connection. Everybody just gonna all over the Spurs team today. All over them.
I feel like this is one of those nights that Porzingis could just come in the first quarter and shoot a bunch of threes, and if a couple of them go down, he's just going to keep shooting them.
You have no idea how many times I have not bet his threes and then watched him do that same thing, SPJ.
Four in the first quarter.
Because he's that guy, when he hits one, he wants the second one.
Oh, yeah. They literally just drive down and kick it to him, and he just every single time. Yep, no doubt. I'm just looking. So I just want to read off the actual numbers to you because I looked at this. So I just wanted to bring it up. So the Spurs Washington played in San Antonio in the end of January this season, and Advija had 25 points and 9 rebounds in that game. I just want to double check if who was playing in that game. So Kuzma, Porzingis, and Beal were all playing in that game,
Wow.
And he had 25 off the bench. Played 33 minutes. So the 13.5, again, it looks the F word. So
I just wrote it down again.
It's minus 120 on FanDuel right now. I'm kind of seeing it bop around, but I think it's just a regular line look. If you want to get cheeky with a lotto, put 20 or
play. It will be on my card later today.
Dude, 25. I just want to bring it up real fast. If 25, see, they don't even have 25 plus for him.
That's when you know shit's hitting.
Yeah, I mean
Let
the
me
20
see if
plus.
They have it on 365.
If they do, you might have to sprinkle it, man.
Oh, 100%.
If you take anything in this Bulls game, call the number. Chef, I'm calling the number because my POD's in this game. Let's go.
Chef, I was about to snitch on this guy, dude. He's got a POD in the Bulls game.
I've got a POD in the Bulls game. Hold thy nose. All right. Word. Well, that's it in the Spurs Wizards game. Obviously, we'll talk a little bit more about it when we cook our team is absolute garbage. Indeed. That's why you got to hold your nose. Word. All right. Let's move into some of these juicier matchups.
Plus 1425 SPJ for VJ 25 plus.
It's worth a sprinkle, bro.
I'm just saying it goes up to 30 plus 2500.
Oh my god, I don't think he's ever done that, but 25 plus. That's the thing.
Some of these rookies, though, like they have their games. Like Porzingis had a point in his career where he'd never dropped 30, right? Carmelo had a point in his career where he'd never dropped 30 points. Right?
They got it. They got to do it at some point.
Especially for somebody. I know the Wizards drafted this guy thinking that he's going to be part of their future. He's going to be in the starting lineup. You know what I mean? He's coming off the bench this season, and he's playing like he's taken that step that they want him to. Right? I don't see why they don't kind of ride him a little bit, give him some extra minutes tonight. I'm absolutely riding this ladder all the way up to 30, even if it's $5. I can care less.
I'm putting the unit on it. The 13.5 is regular line. I'm not a maniac. I'm
a maniac.
Chef, I know. We're all maniacs. It's okay. Yes, I do, Chef. You have to wait though, because we're gonna get to it in a little bit. But all right, so let's move on. Let's talk about some of these juicier games today. So a lot of these earlier games, we read them off earlier. The matchups the spreads are big, but there are some good matchups. There are some good. Actually, I'm seeing the Celtics Pacers lines being locked right now. I wonder if there's some news going on there. But so let's move into some of these tastier games that are kind of going off. Most of them are West Coast games, which is interesting.
Halliburton's gonna play.
No way.
Halliburton's gonna play.
Oh, dude, that's gonna make a big difference to that Tatum line. I bet you that line's gonna change. Yeah. Oh man, wow. That's
great value that we got.
Sheesh.
Awesome.
See, this is why you tune in, guys. This is why you
tune in. Exactly. This is why you tune in. And I didn't even tweet out my card today. I told everybody, it's like I'm dropping it in here first.
That's how it's gonna roll. I didn't tweet any plays either. I wrote about some stuff on betting news, obviously, but you got to come here to find out what V and I are on today. So, all right. So let's move on. Wow, that Halliburton news. That's whack. Oh, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that changes some things. Let's go. Oh, he's headed. You're going to the regionals tonight? Dude, that's insane. Oh my God. I want some content from you, bro. I want some pictures. Okay, so let's move into some of these nitty-gritty games on the West Coast, the ones that are going to be high profile. A lot of eyeballs are going to be on. They're all at the same time, which is tough. You're going to have to be flipping channels. But Sixers Warriors. Warriors are 5-point favorites at home against the Sixers team right now in the Bay. Over-under set at 234. I wrote about this game for bettingnews.com. Go check it out. You can read about my entire kind of looks on this game, specifically talking about sides and stuff. Sick background. Thanks, man. And I do have a prop in this game that I like. It's disgusting. You're going to hate it. But I want to hear what your thoughts are on this game, B, because I know that it's one of the marquee matchups of the night. I want to hear what you're thinking. Goats are muted. Goats are very muted.
So I was saying this is one of those spots today that I feel like I found some value on a guy at 30 plus. You know, last night we hit Mikal Bridges at 30 plus. It was plus 265. You know, that was super fucking sweet. Just a few Markelle Fultz points away from hitting that lotto. But
oh, dude, that was pain.
Today, you know why I didn't hit it last night, SPJ? Is because it was meant for tonight.
That's exactly right, man.
Tonight was the night. Tonight was the night.
But here we go. Ours.
Klay Thompson, man. Previous matchup with the Sixers this season, he only had 12 points. He shot an abysmal 4 of 17. He was on the road playing in Philly. And we know Klay Thompson is one of those guys that's just like Jekyll and Hyde road and home splits. It's wild. He's averaging 24.8 points per game at home. And he's shooting 18.6 on the road. He's averaging 11.4 threes, 3-point attempts at home. And he's averaging just 9.4 on the road. He's also shooting 42% from 3 at home and just 39% on the road. You know, And if these numbers don't sound like a lot for a normal player, for a guy who plays at the caliber Clay does, occasionally it's weird to see him with this stark of a difference on the road. A 5-point difference on the road is wild. So now we're seeing him get the Sixers team who could be without Harden, and it's a Warriors team that needs every single win they can get. The race in the West is the tightest it's ever been. Especially with the play-in, everything that's going on. There's so much on the line. 7th and 8th are not spots that you want either. You want to be sitting at the 5th and 6th. The Warriors were blessed with a road win against the Mavericks.
They really were.
Absolutely blessed with the road win after losing back-to-back games to the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
I really thought the Warriors were on the cusp of missing the playoffs just because of that. Warriors are also 0-2 in the play-in game, right? It's not a spot they want to be in this season. We know what Steph goes through.
I said this earlier, and then I'll let you keep going. But the Warriors are 9-29 on the road. They do not want to play a road game to have to keep going into the playoffs.
Absolutely
that is not what they want to do. They want to get in without they don't want to have to fuck with the play in. Like you said, they got blessed with a victory the other night. They're 2-0 on the road, man. Their last 2 games, crazy. But yeah, all right, keep going. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that 9-29 number is just it's just crazy to me. I can't believe it.
No, but it's gonna be a good game. I really think that. Sorry, what was I saying? I got lost off track here.
We're talking about Clay.
I really think this is a good spot for Clay, man. His line's at 21.5. I think this is super low. We saw Mikal Bridges have 3 back-to-back real shitty games, and Book's dropping his line in a tough matchup with the Cavaliers. That's what Clay's getting here. He's getting a tough matchup, but he's getting a tough matchup at home, and I think it's gonna be a fun matchup. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a fun matchup. I think it's going to be a good time in Golden State on a Friday night against this Sixers team that just, they play well at times, but they lose games that they probably should win. There's a reason they're sitting as 5-point spread, as a 5-point dog tonight, against a team that is as bad as the Warriors have been on the road. Home splits are not everything, but I love Clay here. I think he gets lots of shots up. I think he gets a lot of threes up. I love the over 21.5. I love his over 3.5 threes. But more than that, I think 30+ has insane value on it. 30+ points for Klay Thompson.
Honestly,
they need him if they're going to win this game.
I had not looked. 30+ is plus 500 on FanDuel right now. 25+ is plus 165. I love this look, man. I had not looked at Klay today. But everything you're saying about, his over 3.5 threes is minus 120. That feels incredibly comfy for him. He's the type of guy that can, he could have 4 in the first quarter if he gets going. And I think that they're going to want to feed him at home. I really like this a bunch. I wasn't expecting you to say this. We hadn't really talked about what play you liked in this game, but I kind of like the Sixers to cover. I didn't know about Harden not playing. That's probably why the 5-point spread and the Warriors are just like beasts at home. But I kind of think they're going to at least keep it around, the number, maybe even like kind of backdoor cover near at the end of this game. I do think the Warriors should win. But this 3.5 or minus 120 is screaming at me for Clay right now. That's kind of disrespectful line for him, honestly. He could have 5 or what is 5+ threes? Just out of curiosity. 5+ is plus 200 for a guy that literally could do that in the first half.
Yep.
So
Clay is that guy sometimes. We saw him when he did earlier this season. He's got a 40-point game. He's got a 50-point game. He's still that guy. It's just, who is he tonight?
Yep. Jacqueline Hyde's a good example for him. He is a very Jacqueline Hyde type of player. Okay, I have a sneaky one. And it's a little weird, but I went for some nugget digging today, and I found one in this game. Like I said, I wrote about it at bettingnews.com. You can go read about it on there to show you that I'm not bullshitting, that I actually did write about this and that it's legitimately there. I like Dante DiVincenzo over 3.5 rebounds. Now, over 3.5 rebounds is minus 112 right now. I got it at minus 105 this morning, so it is moving kind of in my direction. DiVincenzo, in his career against the Sixers, he's played, I think, 8 or 9 games. He's had 4+ rebounds in every single game against the Sixers. He had 10 rebounds when they played earlier this season. Now, caveat here, Steph and Draymond Green were not playing in those games. So I don't think he's going to have 10 rebounds again tonight. But if you've been watching this Warriors team all season, DiVincenzo has made himself a focal point of this lineup. He's really important to what they're doing. Like, he's kind of that glue guy that they haven't really, like, he's kind of, I think he's a little bit kind of Andre Iguodala-y, except a little smaller and a little faster.
Great comparison.
Like I think they have similar attributes. I think he's a little better shooter than AI was, but like I think that's kind of like how he fits into this team, and like they trust him. He gets a lot of minutes. The over 3.5 for me it seems like the regular line was a great value for me. I liked it. I got it for a unit earlier today. So if you want to get really cheeky, 6+ is plus 320. I think he's done it in 2 of his last 6 games, so not like incredibly high value, but like I said, he had 10 when they played earlier this season, with no Steph and no Draymond, so a little different situation. But that was one that I found that I liked. I also kind of like Kevon Looney, his rebounds as well, but I went with DiVincenzo for the 3.5, just for again against the Sixers. His entire career, this goes back to when he's playing with the Bucks too. He's never gone under 4 rebounds against the Sixers.
That's a good thing too. He's got history against this team.
Yeah, that's something we talk about a lot with capping games, and I know that you can't like have that be your sole reason for taking a play, but like it's one of the first things I look at, how a guy does against a specific team. Because some guys in certain situations, I mean, you play basketball, I play basketball. Some gyms just you feel better in. Some teams you just match up better with. You just like seeing guys across from you in that specific team or something. I don't know what it is. It might be a mentality thing or just also just how they play strategically or how you match up with them. But some of these guys, they play better against specific teams. So anytime that I see that number and it's either incredibly moving that direction, like I bake it into what I'm doing. And he's been playing really well for them this season. He always will be grubbing on the glass. It just depends on if the ball kind of goes his way. So that was kind of a sneaky one that I liked. But the more you're talking about Clay, man, I really like that. As we said before we got started, I think a lot of people are going to be all over Steph today. I mean, it's a good play. I'm not going to tell you not to play Steph points, but I'll pat myself on the back for this one because I had his assists last game. Everybody and their mother was on his points. He had over 5.5 assists in the first quarter and a half.
Wow.
He had a double with his assists. I laddered it all the way up to 10 plus. 10 plus was plus 1,000. It was great. And he didn't even get his points. I don't even think he had 20 plus.
Wow.
So I liked that look. I think that he could have a chance to have a big game today though. But yeah, let's go. I appreciate it. Yeah, Steely Dan, we love having you guys in chat. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate V. Appreciate everybody being here. We're having some good times talking about these games.
Great fucking times. Appreciate every one of you.
Good vibes, man. We're not having to rush too. We got time to go through these games. Good vibes all around. Good vibes. Word. All right, so let's move on from this Sixers Warriors game. What's your real quick before we move on? Do you like the Sixers to cover, or would you take the Warriors -5?
Man, I don't know. I think I need the injury news on Embiid. If Embiid plays, I think I take the +5. But honestly, I don't think the line stays there. I think they're kind of giving this line out there with as a little bit of an insurance policy in case he doesn't play. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you catch the line at +5, but when he is announced, there's always a split second. But I think books are just willing to risk that.
Yeah, if you want to play the Sixers now, do it now. Because if Embiid doesn't play, you're very right. I think this line moves to 8 or 9, possibly. Because Harden, it looks like Harden's probably not going to play. Like you said, didn't do shoot around earlier today.
Shoot around, yep.
So that's probably why this line is 5. So yeah, that's what's up. We got some love in chat. We love to see it. Steely Dan, we appreciate you always being here. We like interacting with you guys, man. That's the reason why we do this show. V and I talked about this before this show, all the other shows that we do. Like, this is about us beating the books together. It's about us talking about, it's about us finding the value together, showing you how we do it, but also hearing how you guys do it too. So we appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you guys getting involved. Yes, and we got Christian. Look at this. Jaylen Brown double-double, bro. I already talked about his rebounds. We're going to get back to this game, and we're going to cook an SGP, and his double-double is a very spicy look. Just the 10-plus rebounds is great if you want to get to that. So, all right, so let's move on to another spicy matchup tonight. Again, West Coast game. Suns and Kings. Kings are -3.5 right now. The over/under is 239. B, what are you feeling like in this game? What are you kind of seeing here? I see their lines kind of dropping a little bit more as we've been kind of talking right before we went live. I also wrote about this game on Betting News. You can go get that a read as well to kind of get my thoughts on this one. But what are you seeing out there for this one, man?
I'm kind of looking at Booker here, and I'm looking at De'Aaron Fox, man. I know I feel like maybe sometimes I bet the same guys a lot, but these are the guys that are averaging these points, that average a lot of points. I like to bet usage. It's my strategy, and it's the kind of strategy I'll carry with me probably for a long time. De'Aaron Fox has been absolutely stellar. The Kings are finally coming home. Sorry, they just came home against the Celtics last game after that 5-game road trip. They played, I think, 5 games in 7 days or something crazy like that. I haven't really seen a lot. They got blown out by the Celtics. This is a good team. This Kings team is one of the few teams that we know is not going to be in a play-in spot. If you look at the West, I think it's from 5th and all the way down. Everybody is susceptible to the play-in. It's the Kings, Nuggets, and
that's not the Suns. Who's above the Suns?
Grizzlies.
No, the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are ahead of the Kings right now. The Grizzlies
go.
are the second place right now.
You know, like these are the teams that are competing, and the Kings have suffered a few losses that they probably shouldn't have to, like the Jazz, then the Celtics. Well, the Celtics one makes sense, but the kind of loss, the terrible loss that they had, not like that. This is gonna be a quick, up-paced, fast-paced game, and I think it's gonna be great for props. Suns, Kings, like we saw what the Kings did at home with the Clippers. You know, that 172 point game. That was the game. I think you had Monk assists.
It was
SPJ. I think you had like over 2.5, 3.5, and I think he had like 10. He had like a 40-point triple-double. It was double-double. It was insanity.
Yeah,
Pure insanity.
All right, that's a little. So just to kind of bounce off what you just said, I love the over in this game. I think this game goes over 239. I think it's my favorite play in this game. I think either team could win. Honestly, I really don't have a lean on a side in this one. The Kings should probably cover. Especially with no Ayton. This is a good point here in chat from Austin. Yeah, no Ayton. Sabonis is a nice look. My favorite play besides Malik Monk, which I'll talk about Malik Monk in a second, is good old Domantas Sabonis. I love Sabonis tonight. Over 7.5 assists. If you can find good value, I got minus 130 earlier today on Caesars. I love Sabonis. I think he gets another triple-double. Domantas Sabonis has had a triple-double in 4 of his last – or no, sorry, that's wrong. I wrote the wrong number down. I think he said he hadn't had a triple-double against the Celtics like all season, basically, or like all season, and he had one last game. He basically flirts with a triple-double every single game at this point. He's just playing insane basketball. Yeah, I booked Sabonis triple-double. Yeah, +2.
Sorry, a little tidbit about Sabonis. Only 3 centers in the NBA have ever had 10 triple-doubles in one season, right? This is the first season ever where there's 2 centers, and that's Sabonis. Sabonis, I know you know who the other guy is.
Yeah, the old Joker.
But it's been insanity. He's been playing so well, and I know you've made a lot of money on his triple-double, especially.
I have. It's the value is unfortunately not as juicy as it has been in past, which it makes sense. He's just been a triple-double machine pretty much. This is a nice look right here. Look at that. That's spicy. Triple-double plus CP3, 13 plus assists. That is very spicy. I think this game has the potential to turn into just a prop haven. Like it literally could just be everybody hitting everything, which, you know, these are the types of games where if you're going to take it, if we're going to talk about it and it does happen, like you might as well place them because you don't want to be sad that you didn't place it and then watch them all just go bonkers, right? Yeah. But Sabonis triple-double is plus 230, worth a sprinkle. I like that. But the play that I wanted to kind of chop up to you guys and talk about it, I haven't even gotten to my POD yet, and I'm still so bricked up. But actually, the line's moved since we started B, so it's interesting. But it's Malik Monk over 3.5 assists. It's plus 122. It was over 2.5 from minus 160. I'm glad
that makes me like it so much more, SPJ.
I know, dude. I'm actually going to take it right now. I like the over 3.5 way better than the over 2.5, especially for plus 122. I talked a little bit about this with V before. I'm a big Monk guy. I love the way that he fits into this offense. Mike Brown loves using him. Kevin Huerter is back tonight, so I think that could kind of fuck up his minutes a little bit. But like he's been hot and he crushes the Suns. Last 2 games against the Suns, he's had I think one of the games he had 30 plus points and like 8 assists or something like that. I don't have the numbers pulled up in front of me because I was sad that they didn't have his lines up like all day and they just went up right before we went live. So I love Malik Monk today against this Suns team. I know it's a little bit cheeky, like, you know, Sabonis triple-double is like, it's probably the play. Fox points, I love that look. I think that's a really good look. Booker points, like Booker should get his points today. But for something a little cheekier for the over 3.5, I mean 6+ for Malik Monk, just if you guys want to get real spicy, is plus 500. So I really like this play a lot. I am again a big Monk guy. So not my POD, but something that I really, really liked in this game. I wanted to write about it in the article when I wrote about it earlier today on Betting News, but his lines weren't out. So I had to pivot and talk about Sabonis. I like Sabonis at his regular line at over 7.5 for -140. It's a little juicy. But I think that he should get 8+. I mean, he had against the Celtics the other night, he had like 7 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's that guy.
He is that guy. I think he has arrived. Like
that's the pitch.
He's that guy. This was his season, man. It really was. All right, word. Well, that was I think this game, again, there's a lot in this game. Everything is worth taking in this one.
Literally, Booker, no Ayton should mean fast-paced offense. They're not going to stop and set up. It's going to be less pick and roll, less CP setting up. It's going to be a lot more quick shots, and Booker's going to see a lot more possessions, in my opinion. His back-to-back games over this line. I love him again tonight. And I don't think anybody on that team is quick enough to guard Fox, especially with the lack of Mikal Bridges. Booker doesn't play defense like that. He's not going to be guarding Fox. CP is way too old and slow. And then you have guys like Torrey Craig or I think Isaac Okoro. No, sorry, Okogie, Josh Okogie.
Josh Okogie, yeah.
Right? They're not going to see a lot of time on Fox, and even if they do, they don't match up well.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't really play sides or overs or unders that much in the NBA. I kind of like to stick with props, but I'm actually going to play this over. I like this over. It's either going to soar way under or it's going to just cruise past the over. I really like this over. Word. All right, let's move on to the last two games we're going to talk about, and then we'll get to the cooking portion of the show because we've got about an hour until some of these early games tip off. Appreciate you guys stopping by with us on the All Sauce team. Appreciate Vsaaauce being here. Go give him a follow on Twitter. Go follow me as well at SweatPantJesus. Oh, you can't see my finger because of the green screen. Oh well. Yeah, and we got V. We'll be doing this every Friday, breaking the slate down with you guys for this spicy NBA slate on a Friday to send you into your weekend for some fun. So we got 2 more games to go over that are worth talking about. And we're gonna do this one, and it's my PODs in this game, but I will let you go first. B, what's your take on this Bulls Blazers game? The Bulls are 4.5 point favorites on the road in Toronto. In Toronto. No, my bad. Sorry, not Toronto. In Portland, excuse me. Over under set at 222. What are you thinking on this one?
Man, I want to take Dame. I really, really want to take Dame. But he's been burning me the last couple games. It's been tough to watch, and I don't know if this is the game. I know that this is a perimeter defense and a set of guards that we love to fade when it comes to the Bulls, especially on the road. Taking 3-point props against this team, I think, since we all met each other last season. Yeah. Right? So it's been a good time.
Chef's been preaching that for a year.
It's been a cash cow. Thank you, Chef T.
Yeah,
but
indeed.
Man, Dave's just been letting me down game after game. So I don't know if I'm going to take anything in this game at all right now. Maybe a Levine prop. Honestly, I think I'm going to just send it over to you and Taylor, whatever it is you're on.
All right, man. Here's your honestly, you didn't even know that you were perfectly segueing me, but you literally just perfectly segued me. So DeMar DeRozan's not playing in this game tonight, according to what I've read. If that changes, this doesn't really affect whether I like this play or not. My play of the day and in this game is Zach LaVine over 2.5 threes, -125. I love this play. Bulls lose by 1 million. Let's go. Common wins. Let's go. Literally at the same time, dropped the same play. All right, so LaVine, here we go. LaVine against the Blazers has hit 3+ threes in 6 straight games against the Blazers. Obviously, we know what he can do if he gets hot from deep. His 4+ is +220. His 5+ is +550. In 6 of those games, he had 5+ threes in 4 of them. I love LaVine tonight, especially with no DeRozan. I mean, I like his points, 29.5, super high, but it's high for a reason. I've been writing his assists like crazy because his assist line, he's been dishing like a madman. They finally bumped his line to 4.5. Rightly so, because he's been his over 4.5 is -142, which is crazy. So maybe his points and assists could be a nice pivot if you don't want to play his threes. But for me, for the value, over 2.5 threes for Zach LaVine, I got it at -125, and I will be laddering it all the way up to 5+. I'll do a half unit on 4+ at +220, 5+ at +550 for a quarter unit for me. That is my favorite play in this game. I think that LaVine has a chance to go bonkers tonight. We've seen it happen over the last 3 weeks or so. He's had a few massive games, and especially with no DeRozan. Like if the Bulls are going to cover, who's going to score? It's going to be DeRozan. I mean, it's going to be Levine. So my favorite play. I literally found it right before we got started. I had not really peeped this game too much, and then I found that. I saw the lines. I saw how he does against the Blazers, kind of talking about, success against a particular team. Doesn't matter if he's playing in Portland. Doesn't matter if he's playing in Chicago. He likes to make threes against this team. So, yeah, that was my favorite play. That's where I'm at. I
absolutely love it. Blazers also gave up the ninth most threes to shooting guards. So.
Yeah, he should. And the other thing, and you talk about, and you actually taught me this as well, kind of when we were talking more and more about capping games. He's had 8+ attempts in all 6 of those games, and all 6 against the Blazers. So he's going to be shooting them. And you're looking, as you so rightly say all the time, which is a really good strategy for you guys to consider when you're looking at lines as well. Look at volume. Look at how many shots the guys take, how many opportunities they have, the minutes they play. I know it sounds easy to kind of talk about, but sometimes you get so caught up in like, oh, a guy's done it all these times in a row, but he's only taken like 4 shots. Like, you got to look at sometimes guys that you're going to be relying on to do, like he's gonna probably take 8 to 10 threes again. Yep. And all I just need is him to hit 3 of them, and I think he possibly hits 5. So, yeah, it's my favorite play. I don't have a lean on the side here. I think the Bulls could lose outright, no doubt. As we know, and as Chad is so rightly saying, Paul, I'm just going to bring this up again. Bulls will lose by 1 million. They'll either win by 20 or lose by 30. That's how that's going. Word. All right. So that was my POD. Talk a little bit about that game, but not too far to go into that one. So let's wrap this up, and then we'll get to cooking our lotto and our parlay, because we got some spicy entries to get to.
Yeah.
I don't have a bunch in this game that I like, but I'll let you talk a little more about it. But it's the Lakers taking on the Thunder. It's the take me home piece of the night. The Lakers are 4.5-point favorites in Los Angeles in crypto. Thunder just played 2 back-to-back games against the Clippers in crypto, so they've been hanging out in LA for the past 4 or 5 days. The over/under set at 231. V, what are your thoughts on this one, man?
Man, I love this game. And Shea being questionable and labeled as questionable kind of sucked. But I saw them put his lines up on Bet365, so I locked in at 31.5. I'm all over Shea tonight. Stars shine brighter in the city of angels, right? SPJ.
They really
that's how
do.
It fucking goes, right?
They really do.
Shea is a star. He's averaging 30 points per game. It's 31.6 on the road. He's shooting 52% on the road, which is 2% higher than his season average. He had 30 points last night. He didn't even play the 4th quarter because of a blowout. He had 30 points on 10 of 15 playing against a defensive Clippers team that has Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, Nicholas Batum, a team of good defenders. You know what I mean? I know they lost Paul George last night, but this is what he's been doing season in and season out, day in and day out. He is that guy. He hasn't seen a shot that he didn't like. He had 15 shots going into the 4th last night, and I don't think there was any reason for him to not get to 35 points. Sorry, 35, 40 points. I'm all over him tonight, man. I think this is going to be a huge game against the Lakers. Like I said, seeding matters a lot. These are the 2 teams that are fighting for that 7th, 8th spot right now. They're probably going to be in the play-in regardless, unless some kind of crazy happens and they bump up to that 6th place. But I don't see that for the Thunder, maybe the Lakers team. But this win is important for both of these teams, and I think we're going to get a real good game here on Friday night in LA, in crypto, Staples, whatever the hell you want to call it. Another dude I'm looking at is Anthony Davis. He's been kind of like lacking in the last few games. D'Angelo Russell has been doing a great job of finding him in good spots. But eventually they're going to have to figure this out. If they want to win games, they're not going to do it behind Austin Reeves' 30-point games. You can't depend on those, right? I know everybody's all over him today, and I don't hate him. It's a good matchup, blah, 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 blah. Anthony Davis versus this Thunder defense that we know gives up the most points, the most rebounds, the most everything to opposing centers. They give up the 5th most rebounds to opposing centers, the 3rd most threes, and they give up the 6th most points to power forwards. And I said power forwards because Jared Vanderbilt is not going to shoot the fucking ball. No. He's not getting the ball. If AD's not getting the ball, Jared Vanderbilt's not getting the ball.
No.
So look at AD tonight. Look at Shea tonight. It's going to be a fun game in LA tonight.
So I'm seeing that on FanDuel that they have Shea up, but his lines are locked. It's probably because, like you just said, he is questionable right now. I was just kind of peeping what AD's done against the Thunder. Didn't have a very good game when they played.
Pretty shit. 12 points.
Yeah, 13 and 8. Ew. Like a good bounce back spot here. This is a good matchup, like you said. I mean, you sold it perfectly. You had more on this one than I did. I really like Jalen Williams, not the Y Jalen, the other Jalen. His lines aren't up yet. I wonder if maybe they're just holding out because they know it's going to hit. But
I think it's that, and if Shea doesn't play, it'll come out a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's been kind of hovering around 14 or 15 and a half, and he's been crushing it. He's just playing great for this team right now, and they are relying on him heavily. He's kind of found his footing in the NBA, being a rookie. I think he could turn into a superstar the way he plays, the way he is on this team. I really like Williams' points. I like his RA. I know I wrote it the last 2 games. He didn't get there yesterday against the Clippers, but he plays so many minutes, and he's like a rebounding machine. And when Shea's not in, if Shea and Giddey are both sitting, he runs the point. Like he's their main facilitator. Like that shows you A, how much they trust him, and B, like he's going to have the ball in his hands for a significant period of time when Shea and Giddey are not in there, which is, for 10 to 15 minutes or maybe like 12 minutes of the game. So I really like that a lot. Yeah, field rushing yards free. Just go ahead and put it in all your parlays. Chef, I don't know if you heard me, but Levine over 2.5 threes. That's my POD in the Bulls game. I know you probably just threw up a little bit, but Common Wins likes it too, or Come and Wins, or Common D Wins. I don't know how Command Wins. That's what it is.
Command Wins. SPJ can read, guys.
I can read for sure. Word. All right, so that kind of gives you guys a little bit of the rundown of the slate. We skipped a couple games, massive slate, a couple games that we didn't really like any spots in. We talked about most of them though, and gave you some good leans and some good situations. Talked about some plays that we really liked in all of those games. So now we are going to get to the portion of the show that we really like a lot, where we are going to cook up a lotto. And this is where you guys need to get involved as well. I need you guys to drop your favorite plays in chat. I know you've been dropping them throughout, which is awesome. I know we've got a lot of entries in here, which is fantastic, but keep dropping them as we kind of get to the cooking portion here. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Don't even look at the props for them today. I'm telling you, Chef, over 2.5 threes for Levine. Peep it. But let's get to cooking this lotto, because the time is now. The days are and I just want to say one thing about the NBA real quick that you said earlier that I didn't get to talk about. But this is probably the closest playoff race, especially in the West, at this point in the season, that they've had, to where almost every single game matters. Like the way that they've set up how they're doing the play-in games, but also the distribution of stars throughout the league, like A+ job. All these games are mattering. Like, we're not really seeing teams tank as hard. Even the teams that are tanking are still doing pretty well. Most of the games of teams that are not tanking, like, they need to win. The stars are playing for most of the game. So, there's still value out there in all these games. I mean, at some points of the season last year, like right now, like some of these games you couldn't even touch because it was just like, we don't even know what's going to happen. A couple of big spreads today, but for the most part, these teams need to win.
Yeah. Like the Thunder were trying to tank, and it didn't work out. Players said, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah, Shea was like, "Nah, bro, we're going to the playoffs."
They tried to sit up. And the rest of the team said, "Fuck y'all."
Yeah,
we're going to the playoffs.
We're gonna go ball out and go to the playoffs instead.
And fuck a lottery pick. Fuck Wembanyama.
We don't want but Wembanyama. We want to win now.
Exactly.
Which I love it. All right, so let's cook a lotto. Let's make some crazy stuff going on, man. Where do you want to start? Because we've talked about some crazy nuggets that I think that just have to be entered. One that's really sticking out to me, and it's one that you talked about, and I really want to touch it, and I think that it might be the night. I kind of like Clay 5+ threes, dude. I feel like for
all the way in on that.
For the value, 5+. Oh wow, did it change? No, 5+ is +200 for Clay. I know that's a lot of threes, but it's Clay, man. Like, he should have 5 threes, right?
He's gonna have 5 threes.
I like that one a bunch. I want to hear what you guys think in chat, though. Agreed. Yeah, you agreeing with the 5+ threes? I think that of all the ones we've talked about so far, that's the one that sticks out to me. Of like, we're not relying on Denny Advija, which I think it's a nice play, but if Denny Advija has a bad night, I'm gonna feel like a bozo. Ivy assists. This is interesting, Chef. I want to hear about that. All right, Chef. So let's start with Klay Thompson, 5+ threes.
5+ threes.
I love it. +200. You might get better value on Bet365. I don't know.
Take a look.
You probably do, because you're good like that. Anything but Tatum or JB. Oh, dude, but I love JB's rebounds. That was the other one that I liked a lot. Okay. All right. So what's your, so of all the ones we've talked about, yours or mine or chat, what is your favorite that kind of, it's like, because the Clay thing, as soon as you said it, I can't get it out of my mind, and I want it just needs to be in there, you know?
I honestly can't stop thinking about Levine now.
Really?
Yeah, I think 5+ with everything you just said, 5+ in 4 of the last 6. No DeRozan tonight. I just don't see why the fuck not.
I mean, even just 4+ is, let me just pull it up real fast. 4+ for Levine is plus 220.
I love it. I love it. I
Oh,
didn't even know there
wow.
would be that much value on it.
Look at this. Miles Turner, it's his birthday today.
Oh.
And Halliburton's playing. That might be cheeky, dude.
Oh, also I'm looking at this right now. Zach LaVine's actually from Washington State, so he's out in that area, the Portland area.
That might be
Rented,
why that might be why he likes. I just want to bring up the numbers against the Blazers one more time because I want to read it out accurately if we're going to be putting this in a lotto, because I wrote it down. Sometimes my scribbles don't make any sense to me, so I just want to make sure that like I was saying the right things. I know that he's hitting 6 straight. That's for no doubt, for sure, 100%. Take idiot Levine. Let's go. We got he's literally like, I'm sold.
Stamp of approval.
Take the idiot. All right, so here we go. I'm just pulling it up. Against the Blazers, Zach LaVine, 5 threes, 3 threes, 7 threes, 6 threes, 3 threes, 5 threes. That's his last 6 games against the Blazers. 5+ in 4 of his last 6. Yes, I didn't bullshit. Let's go. If we're gonna do it, we might as well do the 5+. It sounds like he's gonna have 5+, right? 5+ is plus 550. Sheesh. All right, there we go. That's 2 legs right now. Honestly, 5+ for Clay and Zach. That's plus 1850. Do you want to just leave it there?
Plus 1850.
Yeah.
I honestly love that 2-teamer. I'm down to build like one more lotto that's a little bit crazier, but I love that 2-teamer.
Oh no, we're gonna keep going. I just was saying if people want to leave it out and just stop there, like that's a fine
play.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so we got, and you know, guys, like I'm cool with taking Zach LaVine and Klay Thompson to make 3-pointers. Like that's what they do. They should do that. Like that should happen tonight. Okay. I think we got to do something in the Celtics game. I know that it's a big spread. It's actually at 10.5 now. It's gone down. Probably because of Halliburton. What do we want to do? Maybe a Tatum 40 bomb? I
think so. I think it's there, but the only reason I don't want to take this one in this lotto is just because of Halliburton's playing. Fuck out. We're taking Tatum 40+.
So
ignore everything I said.
I mean, the other thing I was thinking. This is, I mean, the guy who our new friend Common wins now that I can read. With Miles Turner being his birthday, so his line is actually down to 15.5. Oh, and they just locked everything, probably because of Halliburton stuff. 20+ for Miles Turner is plus 200. He had 40+ against them last season. Oh my God, Trent's got him in the super goats. Good Lord. It's probably because you pitched it, V.
It is because I pitched it. I told them meet on table fucking Tatum points. I'm so scared.
Oh my God. Hey, you know what? Honestly, it's probably gonna smash, and then you're soaring, you know, because you're the one that put it out there. But yeah, so the lines are locked right now, so let's come back to that. But I honestly, bro, I want to ride with you on Tatum 40+. I want to see. I'd like this too, or we could do Jaylen Brown, bro. His rebounds. I like that as well. We're gonna have to come back to this game though because it's locked right now. I think it's max. What is the super goes? Can you type it up in chat?
I think it's Shea, Tatum, Booker, and Shea, Tatum, Booker. There's one more. I'm tailing the super goals.
It does. So. It feels like a chalky NBA night. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of does, and those guys should do their jobs. You know.
Like and Klay Thompson over 21.5 points.
Oh my God! So we're just building a lotto basically of the super goals.
We're all the way in on fucking super goals.
Hey, you know, I'd rather us all win, or all winning, or all crying. That's how it should work. You know.
Misery loves company.
Exactly. All right. Well, when the lines come back, I think we either do Tatum 40+ or Super Goat ladder. Ever seen some goats on a ladder? You gonna see one tonight. Let's go. All right, we need one more because I can't pull up the Pacers Celtics game right now because like I said, the lines are locked. We've got about an hour for these games to get going, so we're not super rushed, which is nice. What are some plays in chat, guys, that we got to do something in this. So either we got to touch something. Oh, we already got Clay. We got to do something in the Suns Kings. Got to get something in there from that
I
Suns Kings game.
honestly think you know who it is, SPJ. Stop acting coy. It's cute, but you know who it is. It's
Is
the
it
GOAT.
Is it Boner for the TD?
No,
Is it
It's
Booker?
Malik Monk. It's
Is it Monk? Are we gonna roll with Monk?
It's Malik Monk, 5+ assists. I think.
Oh my god, dude! If Malik Monk sells us tonight, man, I will literally cry myself.
This game is gonna be so high scoring, and Malik Monk gets up for the games like this, man. There's some guys that come in off the bench. Like you talked about this when we were on that. Was it last time? Yeah, it was last time you pitched the same exact play. You talked about it. When a guy plays well, he's gonna get more minutes. He's gonna get more play. He's gonna get a little bit more of a leash, sort of call it. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean to use that term, but that's what it is, right? That's coach is just gonna have him like a little bit looser, and that's the kind of coach Mike Brown is. He plays situational basketball. He's not playing with multiple superstars. He knows he has Savoner and Fox, and those are his two towers, and they're gonna carry him through everything. But everybody else is just dudes that are getting whoever's playing well tonight, that's who's going to be out on the court. Whoever's giving us the best chance to win tonight, they're going to be out on the court. And Malik Monk loves playing against teams like this. And this is a Phoenix team. He played so much in LA. I'm pretty sure he was on that team that got eliminated by the Suns on the Suns' way to the finals. You know what I mean? Like there's bad blood there. He doesn't like the Suns team. I'm pretty sure he would love a chance to stomp on Devin Booker and Chris Paul tonight.
Oh, no doubt, for sure.
I think Monk is the way to go.
First basket. I don't know if he's starting Paul. Otherwise, that would be a cheeky play. If he was starting,
I would just double check that, Paul. Don't place that.
Yeah. So everybody's talking about CP3 assists, and I do like this. I know Sandy's on it too. Sandy's super sharp. Also, guys, Sandy's probably going to be joining us at some point on this Friday show. Yeah. We'll get Sandy on here as well. Probably we might get Mush up in the house too. We'll be having some guests rolling forward. So, V, here's my deal. 6+ assists for Malik Monk is plus 500. In the 2 games this season against the Suns, he had 8 assists and 5 assists. He's hit his regular line of over 3.5 in 4 straight games versus the Suns. I've actually pulled the numbers up rather than earlier talking about it. The game when they just played the beginning of March on the 11th, so 2 weeks ago, he had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. The over 4.5 assists is probably my favorite look. They don't have that alt line for him right now, unfortunately. They'll probably release it shortly. I mean, we could just say fuck it and ride with the 6+ and go with the GOAT if you want. I'm happy to pivot to CP3 though, if we wanted to go with Paul. If you want to do that. But I mean, I'm down to ride Monk, bro. You know that.
I think we got, man. I love the Chris Paul play. Don't get me wrong. I think he's gonna smack tonight. This is gonna be, like I said, a high scoring game. That's gonna lead to a lot of assists for Chris Paul. I just feel like 6 assists for Malik Monk is super doable, right? And he should be putting his guys in good positions to score tonight. I just think that he can get there.
All right.
I like it.
I mean, I love it, and you love it too, so we're rolling with it. All right, so Malik Monk, 6+ assists, plus 500. Zach LaVine, 5+ threes, plus 550. Klay Thompson, plus 5+ threes, plus 200. That is plus 11,600. Let's see if the Celtics game is back up now. It is. We're back. All right, so the question now, so Tatum's line is now 31.5. So you got 30.5, right?
I got 30.5. Yeah, but honestly, I'll like put my name on 31.5 as well.
No. You said it earlier. It's in writing, bro. and you got it before the Halliburton news came out, which is huge.
Yeah.
So I could see 40+ is plus 370 for Tatum. The other thing that I meant that we talked about a little bit, I think Miles Turner could have a decent game. Do we just want to just say fuck it and do Tatum 40+? What do you guys think, chat? What is your favorite play in the Celtics game? Is it Tatum 40+, or do we want to do?
I know NZ's gonna have a hard time taking this one. NZ, I love you.
I know he really is. I mean, I again like Jaylen Brown's rebounds went from plus over 6.5 to plus 122 to plus 108. If you guys want to go place that, you should go do that now.
Go do that soon.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to make the executive decision here, just because it's the first lotto of this first show. I think I gotta go with Jason Tatum, man.
Tatum.
I think he's gotta go in there. Fuck it.
Hey, bro, this is your show, man. This is us, and this is the decisions have been made. 40+, plus 370. The button's been pressed. All right, here we go, guys. Yeah, I'm also laddering. Yes, let this be known too. This is in a separate entry that I'll be doing as well. So Brown rebounds, lettering to 10, good play as well. But right now, Klay Thompson, 5+ threes from V. Love this play, plus 200. Zach LaVine, 5+ threes, plus 550. Malik Monk, 6+ assists, plus 500. And to round us out, Jason Tatum with a 40 bomb at home in TD Garden for plus 370, and that is plus 54,890. $5, which is what I'm putting on it, pays $744.50. That's the one. That's how it's going. The button's been pressed. I will post it when the show is over. Yeah. But I will say that I'm going to be doing a separate lotto, and Jaylen Brown double is going to be in there. So.
I actually do want in on that, please, SPJ. So
should we just do another one?
Let's just do it right now.
Another one really fast?
I think we have enough plays.
We do. People are talking about it in chat too.
Chris Paul, Miles Turner.
Oh, see, here we go. All right, so do we want to just do? All right, so let's do 10+ rebounds for Jaylen Brown since we're here, which is plus 400, spicy. Miles Turner, plus 20+ points, plus 200. We love it. Chris Paul. What do you want to do, CP3? You want to do over 12.5, or do you want to do just 12? I think 12 was like plus 200. Let me see.
I think 12 is good. 12 is a solid line.
What do you guys think in chat? Are you cool with 12? Plus 240. I lied. That's even better. Well, let's see. What's over 10.5? Oh, yeah, no good. Okay. All right, so that's 3. We got 3 legs. So we got Jaylen Brown, 10 rebounds, Miles Turner, 20+ points, and we got CP3, 12+ assists. That is plus 5,057. If you just want to leave it there, that's totally fine. That's nice. One more. Do we, you like AD?
I do like AD. I was thinking about AD 40. Is it AD?
Even 35+ for AD is plus 340. They have lines for
35+ is plus 340. I like that actually. That's solid value. Let's take that.
So, Chef, we already did LaVine. I don't want to double dip on LaVine. I don't want him to have a shitty night and fuck us. So 35+ for Davis, the plus 340.
Yeah.
They also have 35+ for Shea for plus 170. A 40 bomb from Shea is plus 440.
Why don't we go with 35+ for Shea? It's a little bit safer, I know, but it's still gonna be a solid play. This 4-teamer.
Yeah. All right. So what I've got pulled up is Jaylen Brown, 10+ rebounds. I feel like this is like the chat lay too. Like, how about this? We're gonna have a competition. So the first lotto was literally just pretty much me and V.
Yeah.
This one is pretty much what you guys talked about in chat, besides SGA. So actually, let's take out SGA because that was you.
Yeah.
Chat.
Give us one more.
We need one more lotto piece. I've got 12+ assists from Chris Paul, which you guys liked. Miles Turner, 20+ points. That was from who was that? That was the guy who I couldn't read his name.
Command.
Yeah, Command W's or Command Wins. There we go. Command Wins. And then Jaylen Brown, 10+ rebounds. I mean, I like that.
Mac Miller actually dropped Giddy double-double.
He did, plus 190. That's a good look. Yep. NZ dropped that. So this is your chance, guys. Everything LaVine. Chef, we already got it in the other one. You guys want to have LaVine in there too? You want to have LaVine twice?
Somebody put this guy in timeout.
Put Chef in timeout. Don't put Baby in the corner.
Right.
This is your chance, chat. Drop him in. I mean,
if we don't get anything, I think it's got to be Giddy.
Giddy double. If not, because Christian talked about.
Chef, I love you.
What did he say? LOL. I'm out. LOL. No, it's okay. You're good, buddy. What do you like for LaVine? If you tell me, do you like his threes or his points?
Field.
Yeah, we used
what about Klay threes? Oh, we have Klay threes in the other one.
We have Klay threes in the other one.
I'm
Draymond assists. This is interesting from Hat Addict. Okay, what's the read there? What number do you want for that? I mean, if not, again, we're going with I love you too. You sold me on threes. It's either hitting or he's having a shitty night. I mean, this isn't my lay really, but I do kind of like the double. Smart 3 steals. That is so cheeky, Austin. Are you kidding me? Oh, Sabonis triple-double. All right, I feel like that's got to be y'all's play. Oh, can you do that? No, because you've already got Paul assists. So what I could do for the triple-double for Sabonis instead is do Sabonis 10+ assists. You guys like that in chat? Yeah, someone's dropping dimes. That's for sure. All right, I'm going to do this. So we got 10 plus. Oh my God, wow, the value's changed. Okay, so 10 plus assists for Sabonis is plus 195. That's disgusting. All right, so your lay chat that you guys cooked up, kind of with us too, but it's pretty much what you guys liked, was Chris Paul, 10 plus assists, Domantas Sabonis, 10 plus assists, Jaylen Brown, 10 plus rebounds, Miles Turner, 20 plus points. $5 pays $667.11. It's plus 13,342. I will book that now if you guys want to write it as well, and we'll see who does better. We'll see who does better. We'll see which lotto gets closer. Watch them both smack. And we didn't double dip. Yeah. We didn't double dip too, which is nice.
They're both smacking.
All right, so let's do one more thing. Let's cook up a regular lotto. I'm going to do it on Prize Picks because I have some coin in there, and it's also the Flex Friday. You get your flex entry back. Ooh. So we can cook up one. It's still time for that, isn't there? Yeah, it's before anytime after 10:30 Eastern. So we've got a little bit of time. So let's cook up a Prize Picks entry before we get out of here. For guys, again, appreciate you guys stopping by for the first episode of the All Sauce team. Vsaaauce and I every Friday are going to be going through the NBA slate with you guys. Appreciate V being here. Appreciate all you guys being here. Thanks so much for chopping up the NBA with you guys. And be sure to tune in to Afternoon Betspresso tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Central on our Twitch channel. So be sure to stop by for that as well. All right, V, what do we want to start with on this on price for just a regular parlay? What was like your big dubs?
I think let's throw Shai in this one.
You want to do?
We don't really have Shai in any of the lays or anything like that.
We also don't have Davis either.
I don't mind double dipping on Davis, or not double dipping, but I mean like in the same game, the AD and SPJ.
Let's go. Good. Jesus juice, we got it. This is from Austin in chat. This is his Celtics SGP, which is JT over 30.5, Jet Brown over 5.5 rebounds, Smart 2 steals, Buddy over 4.5 rebounds. I love it. Talked about all plus 1,700. Sheesh, that's very nice. Fire indeed. All right, so Shea points 31.5, AD 27.5. I like it. Let's not overthink it. What do you think about Horford's assists? I know it was cheeky and weird, but
no, I like that. I would love to throw that in. I forgot about it.
Oh, they don't have it on. You can do it on the regular books. They don't have it on Prize Picks.
I'm gonna have to take down the regular books. Now, what about let's see. What about Porzingis threes? We were talking about that one.
We did. That was a good one. They don't have it on Prize Picks, unfortunately, because shit's hitting.
I don't want his points line.
No, it's too high. What about Advija, Denny?
Oh, yes.
14 on Prize Picks. That's nice, I think. You should get there.
It's more sus when Prize Picks has a line that's a little bit lower. Honestly, like we all saw, I don't know if you were in stream the other day when Prize Picks had Miro Kelly over 2.5 strikeouts. And the books had that line apparently at minus 1,300 or 13,000. I don't know, some stupid shit like that. And everybody was like, max play. Shit did not fucking hit.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even think he had 2 strikeouts. So,
jeez. Yeah, that's baseball.
Sweat free for Prize Picks.
That's baseball for you. Yeah. Okay, so, oh God, man. All right, so we didn't even talk about Freddie. I know you liked Freddie.
I do. I honestly like the value on his 30 plus more than the 20. Actually, no, 21.5 is a solid line.
It's 22 on Prize Picks, unfortunately, but
that actually does make me like it more again.
Yeah.
Do we put Levine in this one? His normal line?
We did not. I like. Oh, dude, they have his threes on Prize Picks. Can we do that?
What about Levine, Shea, AD?
Yep.
Freddie.
Yep. And Denny.
And then Avija.
Yeah, I'm down. Sounds
a
good
little
to me.
5-pick Friday.
5-pick Friday. You get your coins back if it misses on Prize Picks. So go do it on Prize Picks if you can. Write it on the regular books if you want as well. That's totally fine depending on where you are.
That'll be me on the regular books just because Prize Picks does not operate out here in Curacao. So we're definitely riding this shit. I fucking love it.
Let's go. All right, so we got SGA 31.5, AD points, Denny points, Zach LaVine over 2.5 triples, and Freddie to round us out over 22.5 points. I love that. Let's ride, baby. Word. All right, guys. We appreciate all you guys stopping by today. It's been, dude, this has been great, man.
It's been absolutely fantastic, dude. Chopping it up, going through games. You put so many dope ass plays on my radar too. So SPJ, thank you.
Hey, this is why we do this, man. I'm honestly, I don't know which one of your plays I'm gonna ride because you probably convinced me on all of them, and I don't want to spray so many units out there. But I might have to ride SGA with you just because he's been on absolute fire.
Awesome.
But all right, guys, appreciate all you guys stopping by for your All Sauce team on Fridays. It's been brought to you by Betting News. Go check out bettingnews.com. You can read about all these games tonight. You can go read about every single game every single day. Appreciate V being here with the kids. Appreciate all you guys being here in chat. Thanks so much for stopping by. Just a reminder again, come by tomorrow for Afternoon Betspresso at 12 o'clock Eastern on our Twitch channel and also on Twitter. So get involved with us there. Go follow V on Twitter. If you're not, I don't know what you're doing. He drops his plays every single day. He's just a great guy. And go follow me at Sweatpant Jesus at my new account. And we appreciate all you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, thanks, Austin. It was our first one. Yeah. I know. We'll get there. We're gonna be having stuff where you can buy some things moving forward. So just stay around and stay tuned. For the first show, V, I think it went pretty well.
That's awesome. I had a great time. Thank you for everybody that came out. It was a great first show, and I can't wait to do it again next week.
Exactly. We will see you guys the same time next week on the channel. Again, for V, appreciate you guys stopping by today. And this was your All Sauce team. See you guys next Friday. Take it easy.
Lines and tequila, can't forget the reefer. Always call my phone, but say nothing when I see ya. Lines and tequila, can't forget the reefer. Always call my phone, but say nothing when I see ya. You look like the Gino favorite hobby. Swear you the baddest at the party. Two-turn to go right in the Audi. She gon' ride it like a Kawasaki. Anything you can do, I can do better. You got the juice, but the sauce is forever. Shopping at Marshalls, I buy Gucci sweater. Just spend a rack on my mace and my jealous. Bad bitch, body, skin tone, looking like she came from the island. Off-white fashion over never.